Steve Jobs' greatest life lessons for success. Unlocking the blueprint to extraordinary achievement. Imagine a world without the iPhone, iPad, or MacBook devices that have seamlessly woven themselves into the fabric of modern life. These revolutionary innovations didn't just appear out of thin air. They were born from the mind of Steve Jobs, a man whose visionary thinking and relentless pursuit of excellence transformed industries and redefined human interaction with technology. But beyond his groundbreaking products lies an even more profound legacy, the timeless wisdom he imparted through his journey. Steve Jobs wasn't just an entrepreneur or inventor. He was a philosopher of success, offering lessons on creativity, resilience, passion, and purpose that continue to inspire millions worldwide. In a commencement speech at Stanford University in 2005, Jobs shared 3 stories from his life, each encapsulating pivotal moments that shaped his philosophy. He spoke about connecting the dots, embracing failure, and staying hungry for what truly matters. These anecdotes are not merely tales of personal triumph but universal truths applicable to anyone striving for greatness. Whether you're an aspiring entrepreneur, a student navigating uncertainty, or someone searching for deeper meaning in your career, Jobs' insights serve as a compass, guiding you toward fulfillment and achievement. What made Steve Jobs extraordinary wasn't just his ability to innovate. It was his unwavering belief in following one's heart, challenging conventions, and seeing opportunities where others saw obstacles. His life offers invaluable lessons that transcend time and industry, making them relevant to anyone seeking success in their own unique path. From dropping out of college to founding Apple in his parents' garage, from being ousted from the company he created to returning as its savior, Jobs' story is a masterclass in perseverance, vision, and reinvention. As we delve into Steve Jobs' greatest life lessons for success, prepare to be inspired by his audacity to dream big, his courage to embrace failure, and his unrelenting commitment to doing work that he loved. By examining his principles and applying them to our lives, we can unlock the blueprint to achieving extraordinary results while staying true to ourselves. So, let's embark on this exploration of genius, grit, and greatness. Steve Jobs, the co-founder of Apple Inc., is widely regarded as one of the most influential figures in modern technology and business. His innovative vision, relentless pursuit of perfection, and ability to transform industries have left an indelible mark on the world. Beyond his contributions to products like the iPhone, iPad, and Macintosh, Jobs' philosophies and life lessons continue to inspire entrepreneurs, creatives, and leaders across the globe. This essay delves into the core principles that guided Steve Jobs throughout his life, exploring how these lessons can be applied to achieve personal and professional success. Jobs' journey was not without challenges. From his early days in a garage with Steve Wozniak to his eventual return to Apple after being ousted from the company he helped create, Jobs experienced both triumphs and setbacks. Yet, it was his unwavering belief in the power of innovation, his commitment to excellence, and his unique approach to leadership that set him apart. By examining his life and career, we uncover timeless wisdom that transcends industries and generations. This exploration will cover key themes such as the importance of following one's passion, embracing failure as a stepping stone to growth, fostering creativity through simplicity, and prioritizing meaningful work over material wealth. Each section will analyze specific moments from Jobs' life and career, supported by quotes and anecdotes, to illustrate how these lessons shaped his success. Additionally, this essay will highlight how Jobs' principles remain relevant today, offering actionable insights for individuals seeking to make their own impact on the world. Through this comprehensive analysis, readers will gain a deeper understanding of Steve Jobs' greatest life lessons and how they can serve as a blueprint for achieving success in various aspects of life. Whether you are an aspiring entrepreneur, a creative professional, or simply someone looking for inspiration, the wisdom distilled from Jobs' legacy offers invaluable guidance for navigating the complexities of modern life. 1. Follow your passion, the driving force behind innovation. One of the most enduring lessons from Steve Jobs. Life is the importance of pursuing what truly excites you. Jobs believed that passion was the foundation of all great achievements. and that aligning your work with your deepest interests could lead to extraordinary results. He famously said, "Man, the only way to do great work is to love what you do." This philosophy permeated every aspect of his career, from founding Apple in his parents' garage to revolutionizing multiple industries later in life. Early signs of passion. From a young age, Jobs exhibited a keen interest in electronics and design. His fascination with building things began when he discovered a Heath kit, a do-it-yourself electronics kit, at the age of 12. This hands-on experience ignited a lifelong curiosity about how technology worked and inspired him to experiment with new ideas. Jobs often credited his adoptive father, Paul Jobs, for nurturing this interest by teaching him the value of craftsmanship and attention to detail. These formative experiences laid the groundwork for his future endeavors and underscored the importance of pursuing passions early in life, building Apple out of passion. When Jobs co-founded Apple with Steve Wozniak in 1976, it wasn't just a business venture. It was a manifestation of their shared passion for creating groundbreaking technology. Their first product, the Apple I computer, was born out of a desire to make computing accessible to everyday people. Jobs' enthusiasm for designing intuitive, user-friendly devices became a hallmark of Apple's identity and set the company apart from its competitors. Even during periods of uncertainty, such as when he was forced out of Apple in 1985, Jobs never lost sight of his passion for innovation. Instead, he channeled his energy into founding Next and acquiring Pixar, ventures that would eventually lead to some of the most transformative developments in software and animation. Passion fuels resilience. Passion also played a critical role in helping Jobs overcome adversity. After being ousted from Apple, many might have viewed his departure as a failure. However, Jobs saw it as an opportunity to explore new avenues and deepen his commitment to his craft. His time at Next allowed him to develop cutting-edge technologies that would later be integrated into Apple products, while his involvement with Pixar resulted in groundbreaking films like Toy Story. When Jobs returned to Apple in 1997, he brought with him a renewed sense of purpose and a clear vision for the company's future. Products like the iMac, iPod, iPhone, and iPad were direct reflections of his passion for pushing boundaries and delivering exceptional user experiences. Lessons for today's innovators. For those striving to achieve success, Jobs' emphasis on passion serves as a powerful reminder to pursue work that resonates deeply with your values and interests. In a world where external pressures often dictate career choices, staying true to your passions can provide the motivation needed to persevere through challenges. Jobs demonstrated that loving what you do not only fuels creativity but also fosters resilience, enabling you to adapt and thrive in the face of obstacles. By following your passion, you open yourself up to opportunities that align with your strengths and aspirations. As Jobs once advised graduates at Stanford University, "Don't settle. Keep looking. Keep searching." His words serve as a call to action for anyone seeking fulfillment in their professional and personal lives. Ultimately, passion is not just a driving force behind innovation, it is the essence of living a meaningful and impactful life. In the next section, we will explore how Jobs embraced failure as an integral part of his journey, and how setbacks became stepping stones to greater achievements. Embrace failure, transforming setbacks into stepping stones. Steve Jobs' career was marked by moments of profound failure, yet it was his ability to embrace these setbacks that ultimately propelled him toward unprecedented success. For Jobs, failure was not a roadblock but rather a catalyst for growth and reinvention. He understood that the path to innovation is rarely linear and that mistakes are an inevitable and essential part of the process. As he once remarked, "Sometimes when you innovate, you make mistakes. It is best to admit them quickly and get on with improving your other innovations." The fallout from Apple, a defining moment. Perhaps the most significant failure in Jobs' career occurred in 1985 when he was ousted from Apple, the company he had co-founded. At the time, this event seemed catastrophic. Jobs had poured his heart and soul into Apple, and being forced out felt like a betrayal. However, instead of succumbing to despair, he chose to view this setback as an opportunity for reinvention. Reflecting on this period years later, Jobs described it as devastating, but also acknowledged that it freed him to enter one of the most creative phases of his life. During his exile from Apple, Jobs founded Next, a company focused on developing advanced computer workstations. Although Next struggled commercially, its technological innovations laid the groundwork for what would become macOS, iOS, and other Apple operating systems. Simultaneously, Jobs acquired Pixar Animation Studios, which went on to revolutionize the film industry with hits like Toy Story. These ventures not only showcased Jobs' resilience, but also highlighted his capacity to turn failure into fuel for future success. Learning from mistakes, the power of reflection. Jobs' approach to failure was rooted in introspection and a willingness to learn. Rather than dwelling on missteps, he analyzed them critically to extract valuable lessons. One notable example is the launch of the original Macintosh in 1984. While the product was groundbreaking, its high price point and limited software compatibility hindered its market performance. Jobs took full responsibility for these shortcomings, recognizing that his perfectionism and reluctance to compromise had alienated potential customers. This experience taught him the importance of balancing visionary ideals with practical considerations, an insight that proved instrumental in Apple's later resurgence. Fostering a culture of experimentation, Jobs extended his philosophy of embracing failure beyond his personal journey, embedding it into the culture of the companies he led. At both Next and Apple, he encouraged teams to take risks and view failures as opportunities for improvement. For instance, the development of the iPhone involved countless iterations and false starts, yet Jobs insisted that each misstep brought the team closer to perfection. By fostering an environment where experimentation was celebrated, he ensured that innovation remained at the forefront of Apple's mission. Lessons for modern entrepreneurs. For today's entrepreneurs and innovators, Jobs' attitude toward failure offers invaluable guidance. In a fast-paced, competitive world, the fear of making mistakes often stifles creativity and progress. Jobs' story demonstrates that failure should be reframed, not as a sign of weakness but as a stepping stone to greatness. By adopting a mindset of continuous learning and adaptation, individuals can transform setbacks into opportunities for growth. Moreover, Jobs' experience underscores the importance of perseverance. Success rarely comes overnight, and even the most visionary leaders encounter obstacles along the way. What sets them apart is their ability to persist despite challenges, using each failure as a chance to refine their approach and sharpen their focus. As Jobs famously told Stanford graduates, "I'm convinced that the only thing that kept me going was that I loved what I did." You've got to find what you love and keep pushing forward. In conclusion, Steve Jobs' relationship with failure exemplifies the transformative power of resilience and self-reflection. By embracing setbacks as integral components of the creative process, he not only achieved remarkable success but also inspired countless others to do the same. His legacy reminds us that failure is not the end, it is often the beginning of something extraordinary. In the next section, we will delve into Jobs' commitment to simplicity and how it became a cornerstone of Apple's design philosophy, shaping some of the most iconic products in history. 3. Simplicity breeds creativity. The art of elegant design. One of Steve Jobs' most defining traits was his unwavering commitment to simplicity. He believed that true innovation lies in stripping away unnecessary complexity and distilling ideas down to their purest form. This philosophy became the cornerstone of Apple's design ethos and played a pivotal role in transforming technology from something intimidating and inaccessible into something intuitive and beautiful. As Jobs famously stated, "Simple can be harder than complex. You have to work hard to get your thinking clean to make it simple, but it's worth it in the end because once you get there, you can move mountains." The genesis of minimalism. Jobs' obsession with simplicity began long before the launch of Apple's iconic products. During his formative years, he was deeply influenced by Zen Buddhism, which emphasizes clarity, mindfulness, and the elimination of excess. This spiritual practice instilled in him a profound appreciation for minimalism, not just in design but in all aspects of life. Jobs carried this principle into his work, championing the idea that less is more. Whether it was the sleek lines of the MacBook or the uncluttered interface of the iPhone, every Apple product reflected his belief that simplicity enhances usability and elevates the user experience, redefining user experience through simplicity. Jobs understood that technology should serve humanity, not overwhelm it. In the early days of personal computing, most devices were cumbersome and difficult to operate, catering primarily to tech-savvy users. Jobs sought to change this paradigm by creating products that anyone, regardless of technical expertise, could use effortlessly. The original Macintosh, introduced in 1984, embodied this vision with its graphical user interface, GUI, and mouse, features that eliminated the need for complicated command line instructions. This shift democratized access to computers and set a new standard for user-friendly design. The iPhone further exemplified Jobs' dedication to simplicity. At a time when smartphones were cluttered with buttons and menus, Jobs envisioned a device controlled entirely by touch. By removing physical keys and focusing on a single home button, he created a seamless interaction between humans and machines. The iPhone's minimalist aesthetic and streamlined functionality revolutionized the smartphone industry and redefined consumer expectations worldwide. Collaboration with Johnny Ive, a shared vision. A significant factor in Apple's success was Jobs' partnership with Sir Jonathan "Jony" Ive, the company's former chief design officer. Together, they championed the mantra that design is not just about how something looks, but how it works. Ive shared Jobs' passion for simplicity and played a crucial role in bringing his vision to life. Under their leadership, Apple adopted a rigorous design process that prioritized elegance and functionality. Every curve, color, and material was meticulously chosen to ensure that each product felt cohesive and purposeful. One notable example of this collaboration is the iPod. When Jobs challenged his team to create a portable music player that could hold 1,000 songs in your pocket, the resulting design was deceptively simple: a small white rectangle with a scroll wheel and a few buttons. Despite its minimalistic appearance, the iPod transformed the music industry and became a cultural phenomenon. Its success demonstrated that simplicity does not equate to lack of sophistication. Rather, it amplifies the impact of thoughtful design. Lessons for creative professionals. For designers, artists, and innovators, Jobs' emphasis on simplicity offers a powerful framework for unlocking creativity. In a world inundated with information and stimuli, the ability to distill ideas to their essence is a rare and valuable skill. By focusing on what truly matters and eliminating distractions, creators can produce work that resonates deeply with audiences. Jobs' approach teaches us that simplicity is not about dumbing things down, but about finding the clearest, most effective way to communicate an idea or solve a problem. Moreover, Jobs' philosophy highlights the importance of iteration and refinement. Achieving simplicity requires discipline and patience, as well as a willingness to challenge assumptions and rethink conventional approaches. It involves asking difficult questions. What can be removed without sacrificing functionality? How can we make this easier to understand? By embracing these challenges, individuals and organizations can foster a culture of innovation that prioritizes clarity and purpose. Simplicity as a competitive advantage. In today's hyper-competitive marketplace, simplicity has become a key differentiator for brands. Consumers are drawn to products and services that are easy to use and visually appealing. Jobs recognized this trend early on and positioned Apple as a leader in delivering streamlined, aesthetically pleasing solutions. His legacy continues to influence industries far beyond technology, inspiring companies to prioritize user-centric design and eliminate unnecessary complexity. Ultimately, Jobs' commitment to simplicity was not merely a stylistic choice, but a reflection of his broader worldview. He believed that beauty and utility are intrinsically linked, and that the best designs are those that enhance people's lives without overwhelming them. By adhering to this principle, he not only built one of the most successful companies in history, but also left an indelible mark on the art of design itself. In the next section, we will explore Jobs' belief in the importance of meaningful work and how he prioritized purpose over profit, leaving a lasting impact on both his employees and society at large. 4. Meaningful work over material. Wealth, the pursuit of purpose. Steve Jobs was acutely aware that true fulfillment stems not from accumulating wealth, but from engaging in work that has a profound impact on the world. Throughout his career, he consistently emphasized the importance of pursuing meaningful projects that align with one's values and contribute to the greater good. For Jobs, Success was measured not by financial metrics but by the ability to inspire, innovate, and leave a lasting legacy. As he poignantly expressed during his famous Stanford commencement speech, "Being the richest man in the cemetery doesn't matter to me. Going to bed at night saying we've done something wonderful, that's what matters to me." Prioritizing impact over profit. From the outset of his entrepreneurial journey, Jobs demonstrated a preference for creating products that improved people's lives, rather than chasing short-term profits. When he co-founded Apple with Steve Wozniak, their goal was not merely to build a profitable business but to democratize technology and empower individuals. The introduction of the Apple II, one of the first highly successful mass-market personal computers, exemplified this ethos. By making computing accessible to ordinary people, Jobs and Wozniak laid the foundation for a technological revolution that continues to shape our world today. Even during challenging times, such as his departure from Apple in 1985, Jobs remained steadfast in his commitment to meaningful work. His subsequent ventures, including Next and Pixar, were driven by a desire to push boundaries and create transformative technologies. While Next struggled commercially, its innovations in software architecture became instrumental in Apple's resurgence. Similarly, Pixar's groundbreaking advancements in animation brought storytelling to new heights, earning widespread acclaim and touching the hearts of millions. These endeavors underscored Jobs' belief that the pursuit of purpose often leads to unforeseen rewards, both personally and professionally, inspiring a purpose-driven culture. As a leader, Jobs cultivated a corporate culture that prioritized purpose over profit. He understood that employees who feel connected to a larger mission are more motivated, creative, and resilient. At Apple, he fostered an environment where team members were encouraged to think boldly and take pride in their contributions to groundbreaking projects. Whether it was developing the iPod, iPhone, or MacBook, Jobs ensured that everyone involved shared his vision of creating products that would change the world. This sense of purpose not only fueled innovation, but also strengthened employee loyalty and morale. Jobs' leadership style was unapologetically demanding, yet it was underpinned by a deep respect for the transformative power of meaningful work. He often reminded his teams that they were not just building gadgets, they were crafting tools that could enrich lives and redefine industries. This perspective inspired a level of dedication and excellence that became synonymous with Apple's brand identity, leaving a lasting legacy. Beyond his immediate contributions to technology, Jobs' emphasis on purpose extended to his broader societal impact. He believed that businesses had a responsibility to address global challenges and improve the human condition. Under his leadership, Apple became a pioneer in sustainability initiatives, committing to renewable energy and reducing its carbon footprint. Jobs also supported educational programs and charitable causes, recognizing that technology could be a force for social good when wielded responsibly. His legacy serves as a testament to the idea that meaningful work transcends individual achievements. By focusing on purpose-driven goals, Jobs not only transformed industries, but also inspired countless others to pursue their passions and make a difference. His story illustrates that true success is not defined by material wealth, but by the positive ripple effects one creates in the world. Lessons for modern leaders and individuals. For contemporary leaders and professionals, Jobs' philosophy offers a compelling alternative to the relentless pursuit of profit. In an era dominated by quarterly earnings reports and shareholder expectations, his approach reminds us that businesses thrive when they prioritize long-term value creation over short-term gains. By aligning organizational goals with societal needs, companies can build trust, foster innovation, and achieve sustainable growth. On a personal level, Jobs' example encourages individuals to seek careers and projects that resonate with their core values. Whether you're an entrepreneur launching a startup or an employee contributing to a larger organization, focusing on meaningful work can lead to greater satisfaction and resilience. As Jobs advised, your work is going to fill a large part of your life, and the only way to be truly satisfied is to do what you believe is great work. In conclusion, Steve Jobs' commitment to meaningful work over material wealth reflects a profound understanding of what it means to live a fulfilling life. By prioritizing purpose, he not only achieved extraordinary success, but also inspired others to strive for greatness in service of the greater good. His legacy serves as a powerful reminder that the most enduring achievements are those that enrich humanity and leave the world better than we found it. In the next section, we will examine Jobs' unparalleled ability to connect seemingly unrelated disciplines, demonstrating how cross-pollination of ideas can drive innovation and creativity. 5. Connecting unrelated dots. The power of cross-disciplinary thinking. One of Steve Jobs' most distinctive qualities was his uncanny ability to connect seemingly unrelated fields and disciplines, drawing inspiration from diverse domains to fuel groundbreaking innovations. Jobs believed that creativity arises at the intersection of technology and the humanities, a philosophy he famously articulated during the launch of the iPad 2. It's in Apple's DNA that technology alone is not enough. It's technology married with liberal arts, married with the humanities, that yields us the result that makes our hearts sing. This unique approach to problem-solving enabled him to envision products and experiences that transcended traditional boundaries, setting Apple apart as a beacon of innovation, bridging technology and the arts. Jobs' fascination with blending technology and the arts began early in his life. During his brief stint at Reed College, he audited a calligraphy course where he developed an appreciation for typography and design. At the time, he had no practical application for this knowledge, but years later, it became the foundation for the Macintosh's revolutionary typefaces, the first computer to feature multiple fonts and proportional spacing. Jobs often cited this experience as proof that seemingly irrelevant pursuits can yield unexpected dividends. You can't connect the dots looking forward, he explained. You can only connect them looking backward. This principle of connecting disparate dots extended beyond aesthetics to inform Apple's entire product ecosystem. The iPod, for instance, combined cutting-edge digital storage technology with an intuitive user interface, inspired by analog controls like dials and sliders. Similarly, the iPhone merged telecommunications, computing, and multimedia capabilities into a single device, redefining how people interact with technology. Each of these innovations stemmed from Jobs' ability to synthesize ideas from different fields, creating harmonious solutions that felt both familiar and revolutionary. Lessons from Pixar, where art meets science. Jobs' acquisition of Pixar in 1986 provided another fertile ground for cross-disciplinary exploration. Initially a division of Lucasfilm, Pixar specialized in computer-generated imagery, CGI, a nascent field at the time. Under Jobs' leadership, the company became a pioneer in combining storytelling, animation, and advanced software engineering. Films like Toy Story and Finding Nemo showcased the seamless integration of artistic vision and technical prowess, captivating audiences worldwide. Pixar's success reinforced Jobs' belief in the importance of multidisciplinary collaboration. He understood that breakthroughs occur when experts from varied backgrounds come together to share perspectives and challenge assumptions. By fostering an environment where artists, engineers, and storytellers worked side by side, Jobs ensured that Pixar remained at the forefront of innovation. This model of cross-pollination later influenced Apple's internal processes, where designers, programmers, and marketers collaborated closely to create cohesive, user-centric products. The role of curiosity and lifelong learning. At the heart of Jobs' cross-disciplinary approach was an insatiable curiosity and a commitment to lifelong learning. Unlike many executives who focus narrowly on their industry, Jobs immersed himself in a wide range of subjects, from architecture and photography to music and literature. He admired the Bauhaus movement for its fusion of form and function, drew inspiration from Japanese Zen gardens for their simplicity, and studied the works of legendary inventors like Leonardo da Vinci. These eclectic influences enriched his creative process and allowed him to see connections others might overlook. Jobs' habit of attending conferences outside the tech sector, such as the Aspen Design Summit, further exemplified his openness to unconventional ideas. He recognized that exposure to unfamiliar concepts could spark fresh insights and drive innovation. This willingness to step outside one's comfort zone is a lesson that remains relevant for anyone seeking to cultivate creativity in their own field. Practical applications for modern innovators. For today's innovators and entrepreneurs, Jobs' methodology offers a blueprint for fostering originality, and differentiation. In an increasingly interconnected world, siloed thinking limits potential breakthroughs. By encouraging cross-disciplinary collaboration and embracing diverse viewpoints, organizations can unlock new possibilities and stay ahead of the curve. For example, healthcare startups are leveraging advances in artificial intelligence and design, thinking to create patient-centered solutions, while automotive companies are integrating principles from aerospace engineering to develop autonomous vehicles. On a personal level, individuals can adopt Jobs' approach by actively seeking out opportunities to broaden their horizons. Attending workshops, reading widely, and engaging with experts from other fields can help cultivate a mindset that thrives on synthesis rather than specialization. As Jobs demonstrated, the most impactful ideas often emerge when we dare to draw connections between seemingly unrelated dots. A legacy of interconnectedness. Steve Jobs' advocacy for cross-disciplinary thinking underscores the value of holistic problem-solving in an era defined by rapid change and complexity. His ability to merge technology, art, and human-centered design not only reshaped industries, but also elevated the standards for what consumers expect from products and services. By championing the marriage of diverse disciplines, Jobs left a legacy that continues to inspire creators, entrepreneurs, and leaders to think beyond conventional boundaries and embrace the infinite possibilities of interconnectedness. In conclusion, Jobs' capacity to connect unrelated dots serves as a powerful reminder that innovation thrives at the intersection of ideas. By embracing cross-disciplinary approaches, we can transcend limitations, challenge norms, and create solutions that resonate deeply with humanity. This lesson is perhaps one of the most enduring aspects of his remarkable legacy. In the next section, we will delve into Jobs' emphasis on staying hungry and foolish, exploring how maintaining a beginner's mindset can sustain lifelong curiosity and drive continuous growth. Steve Jobs lived just 56 years, but in that short time, he left a legacy that continues to shape the way we live, work, and dream. His life wasn't perfect and he wasn't flawless, but he was fiercely original, unapologetically bold, and most of all, deeply committed to creating things that truly mattered. And that's what made all the difference. If there's one thing to take away from Jobs' journey, it's this: you don't need to be anyone else to be great. You just need to be fully yourself. Embrace your passions, follow your intuition, and have the courage to chase what others might call impossible. Because that's how innovation begins. That's how change happens. Jobs didn't follow a rule book. He broke it and wrote his own. He believed in simplicity and focus, in the power of saying no to good ideas so you could say yes to the great ones. He believed that true success comes not from playing it safe, but from daring to think differently, even if it means standing alone. And even in the face of death, he stayed true to that vision. At Stanford's 2005 commencement, he said, "Remembering that you are going to die is the best way. I know to avoid the trap of thinking, you have something to lose." That clarity, that urgency drove everything he did. It reminded him that life is short, so we must live it boldly. So here's the final lesson. Don't wait. Don't wait for approval. Don't wait for the perfect moment. Don't wait until you feel ready. Start now. Start messy. Start real. And let your life be a story worth telling. Because at the end of it all, success isn't just about wealth, awards, or recognition. It's about impact. It's about the mark you leave, the lives you touch, and the courage you show when the odds are against you. Jobs made his dent in the universe, not just through technology, but through vision, belief, and relentless pursuit of excellence. Now it's your turn. Think differently, live fully, and never settle. Because the ones who are crazy enough to think they can change the world are the ones who do.